Hey guys, so I am here with Brooke Smoot,
Hey.
YouTuber, actress, model, fashion icon.
Just the whole kitchen sink.
I know I'm trying to think of all of them. You have so many. You do so many amazing things.
Thank you. I
But
appreciate it.
I saw you post that somebody was like, "Is smoothie mean smoothie?"
Oh, yeah. They thought that was my last name was Smoothie. It's just my last name is Smoot. And I wanted to be funny.
Oh.
So
I always say smoothie, like always. I don't know why. I'm really glad that we're clarifying
okay.
this.
My last name is Smoot.
There we go.
But
Okay, well, I'm off to a great start.
yeah, it's okay. You're good. You're
But
fine.
Tell me, what have you been up to recently? Anything new in your creativity world? I know you started YouTube, well, a while ago, but
I started it a while ago. I had to take a break just due to personal life.
yeah,
A lot kind of hiccuped last year to where I was like, okay, I need to cut out a couple things and refocus. So I feel like now I'm more on a track of like refocusing.
yeah.
I'm definitely like diving more into like TikTok and like Instagram. And
TikTok
stuff,
is so
which is
fun.
weird.
Yeah,
I was not expecting to like TikTok, but it's actually pretty fun.
yeah, yeah.
So I've been trying to do that more, and then slowly I want to get back into YouTube because
Super
I do
cool.
miss it. Like doing this is like making me nostalgic. Like, oh, I remember I used to set up
Yeah,
videos and stuff. But yeah, slowly just diving more into social media is
so
kind of
cool.
the end goal.
It's a lot. Like it really is. Like especially since COVID, I feel like it's been hard to get back into things.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of the same way as you where I just was like radio silent for like so long because I just was like I'm not good. Like you kind of fall into this
Yeah.
like I'm not good at it. It's pointless. No one cares. And then
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to like have the mindset of like, you know what, I'm doing this for me and just focusing on that. It's hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Well, some days, like even too, you'll like go a few weeks of like, oh, I love YouTube. This is my favorite, making all these videos, and you're so proud of your content. And then all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, you hate everything.
Yes.
Like
100%.
any idea that you have, like that's stupid. Like there's 20,000 videos like mine. That's ridiculous. But you have to remember, like, this is so cheesy. Like, but there's no one else like you, and no one else who
Right.
makes content like you do, and you do bring value to whatever platform you are on. It's just a matter of you like believing you have value.
Mhm.
That's been the hard part. It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But
For
I don't know. That was one thing that I've learned since being off YouTube. Like I still get comments and stuff of like, I love your videos and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I've literally done fucking nothing. But
Yes, you have. You're amazing.
no, I mean like on YouTube. Of like
Oh, yes, yes.
I haven't been on. I haven't posted a video in like a year.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
That's
and
okay.
TikTok's kind of like been the new YouTube.
True.
But it doesn't.
Very true.
It's a whole thing. But I'd rather be back on YouTube.
Yeah.
Personally, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm rooting for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Can I
Yeah.
ask what you've been up to? I mean, I watch your videos, so I feel like I know.
Yeah,
but-
I appreciate that. But yeah, I've just been doing YouTube and I've been re-editing my book. So I finished
Yay.
it a while ago,
Mhm.
but I hated the ending in the middle. Like the middle and the ending were just rough and it like things weren't making sense. And I was on this like thing of I wanted to make it a metaphor and, you know, people are going to be like feeling weird after they finish
Yeah.
it. But as time went on, I was like, I want to make this more, you know, people will know exactly what they're reading and like things will make sense and they'll be make it more dystopian rather than like a metaphorical kind of book that
Yeah.
is poetry based in a way.
Maybe it could be like
So-
your second book.
True.
Well, not your
true.
second, but
Yeah,
because
like
you've written
the-
other books. But
yeah.
like your next book, it
Yeah.
could be more like up to interpretation. I
Right,
guess.
right, like more poetry based. So
Yeah.
I completely am starting over. I'm like now edited 65 pages last week, like just restarted rewriting
Cool.
it. And so my goal, which I'm getting better at not telling people specific dates, but I'm hoping by like next year it's published. And
That's awesome. That's a really
that's-
good. That's good because you have like a year and a half to like
yes.
do that, and you have a clear and concise idea of what you want.
Yes, for
So,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like as long as you're able to keep those promises to yourself and not really other people, I think you'll be just
100%.
fine.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so just that, and I want to get back into music because that's another thing.
Yes.
How you kind of fell out with YouTube. I fell out with music.
Yeah.
I write all the time, but I'm not releasing anything to the public. So
Yeah.
my goal, is to release some music and just get it out there. It's
Yeah.
just been sitting for so long. It's like, I just need to release it. But well, now I'm going to ask you, who is your fashion role model? Like, who is somebody, do you have like certain people that you look up? I know I feel that.
Too many.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the first one that came up in my head, she's this YouTuber, but also a TikToker. Her name's The Nava Rose, or just Nava Rose. Her style is nuts to me, and she also like makes a lot of her own clothing, which is a goal of mine. Like, I can't even sew. Like, I probably could. I just haven't tried, but she, like, her style is impeccable, and she's always like on top of trends, but also creates her own kind of style. So
cool.
Yeah, she just kind of flows with her own thing. She's very bright and vibrant, but also like very gothic, which I appreciate because I love gothic style a lot.
Yes.
So she's a style icon that is really inspiring to me. And one that's more local is her name's Chic Education, but her name's Monica. She's really cool. I love her
familiar.
a lot. She's like, she used to be an English teacher, but now I can't remember her exact job now, but she works in education, like above teachers, to help teachers, like the teachers union or something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. If she ever finds this video, I don't remember. But she has like very nice, like minimal style, and
so cool.
Always like dresses for herself and not for anyone else. But those are people like immediately I think of that are like nice.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
That's so cool.
What
Fashion is so cool to me. I wish I could be better at it.
No, you're great at it.
Okay, well,
what you have right now, I'm like, that's perfect.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
I feel like with style, it's very subjective, and you pick what base is what you think fits you. So if you're more of like a t-shirt and sweats kind of person, just own it. Like, just be like, that's just me.
Right.
I'm just gonna wear a t-shirt and sweats and like go with it. I would suggest accessorizing.
Yes.
With that. But if you don't do that, whatever. Just own it, and just don't be unapologetic. Well, be unapologetic about it.
Yeah. I know I'm very minimalistic, I would say, more than anything. That's kind of what I've kind of started recognizing in my style. And I know every girl right now is obsessed with like Hailey Bieber's look, and I'm definitely into that more simple, just throw on like a t-shirt or like a baby tee and like gold hoops.
I love
and that's
that
just
though.
Perfect. Yeah.
That's a good staple though.
For
like
sure.
It's so I feel like that's one that will never go out of style. Like never go out of style, because that's what encouraged me to like even get my ears pierced was seeing the people in like their baby tees and like the hoops. I'm like, I want that fantasy.
Yes.
I'm gonna make that happen. So I think that's awesome though.
Yeah. What made you interested in recreating outfits that mirror Disney characters?
Oh my gosh. My childhood. Literally my childhood though, because it's so weird, but I recognized a part of my brand is being your inner child and being unapologetic about that. I feel like I'm saying unapologetic all the time, but whatever.
Yeah.
But I realized that's something that matters a lot to me, is to represent that part of myself. And I really always liked cartoon fashion, but Disney has always been something that's inspired me. So
cool.
I just kind of jumped on that, and there's a whole like group of people that do the same thing. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. There's like actually a community, and there's books about it and stuff.
So
like
cool.
It's a whole thing. I had no idea, but yeah, it was just more like honoring my inner child. That's
I love
so
that.
woo-woo, but like honoring my inner child.
I love that. What's so funny is like I have never seen anyone else do this. Like you are the only person like on, my socials that I see doing this. So give yourself some confidence there, like
Thank you. I feel like maybe, I don't know if it's the algorithm, but I see everything do it.
Yeah.
But it could be just the people I follow.
True.
And I'm like, oh, wow, I'm not being special. Dressing like Nemo, like nothing special.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding. But
I get your point. I do. I understand what you're saying. I get it. Hopefully they get it.
Yeah. Hopefully, if not,
they
check out my videos.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Do it. She's amazing. I saw you do this on your Instagram, and you said like you asked people how to like categorize your style.
Oh yeah.
Do you like know like 3 words that are able to like did you figure that out?
Kind of. I got a lot of like gothic, Victorian, Disney adult. Like I am a Disney adult, but I don't think I dress like a Disney adult. because when you go to the Disney parks, like, like they wear like the Disney shirt.
Yeah.
They wear some shorts, the Mickey ears, and like a Loungefly backpacks. I don't know if you know what Loungefly is, but it's a specific like type of bag they wear, and it's even almost like cosplay like you can get one that looks like Mickey.
Oh,
or like random characters. I'll have to show you in a little bit, but like it's they're really good quality, but that's like their go-to for like a Disney adult. And yeah, I am one, but I'm not like the other Disney adults.
No, you're not. You're different. You really are, though. Like
different.
That makes sense because I feel like the things that you're describing in my head, I've seen that.
Yeah, but I would not do that.
No.
Maybe the bag, but like the rest, that would not be me.
Yeah.
No shame to anyone who does that, but that's not my style, I guess. But yeah, it was more so of like gothic, witchy, Victorian. Yeah, that's very, I would, dark, and then like some colorful Disney, like all those. It's more than 3 words, but
Isn't that so cool though? Like you can wake up and be like, I want to dress gothic today, or I want to dress in a sundress and, go frolic through fields. Like it's so fun that you can like do that.
Everywhere. Yeah, it's fun. I've just recognized that I have like a dark vintage style. I guess that's the best I can describe.
That's a good way.
My style, because I'm trying not to wear as many bright colors because it just doesn't, it's not the same anymore. I don't know.
See, that's so funny. I'm like wanting to incorporate more colorful
really?
in my style.
I'm like,
because I'm very like, I used to like in high school, I would just wear all black. And then like, as I got older, I started wearing just like white and, like navy blue, just like very
classic
soft. Yes, exactly. And so I was like, I want to incorporate more style because those are the girls, that I'm inspired by. A lot of influencers or whatever you would want to call them. They dress in the bright colors, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like it's so fun.
It is cool.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's just so hard to like grab a pink shirt in your closet whenever you could grab like a white one. Like
literally, that's how I've been with black.
Yeah,
like I've been picking like black or earth tones over like any other color. I'm like, we need to revisit the drawing board. I'm actually the opposite with white. Like I cannot pick white. Yeah, and I just received a couple of white tops from my friend Monica.
Cool, yeah.
And I've had the hardest time wearing them.
Yeah.
So we're trying, but yeah, your pink top is my white top. Yeah. I'm like, it's so hard when I can just pick a black one. Yeah. So hard when I can wear a dress. I don't know.
No, that makes sense. That does.
I think you should wear more color, even if it's just like a, I was about to say green, but then I was like, wait, that's an earth tone. Even like a pastel, like purple. Ooh, lavender would look great on you. With
you know what's funny is I wore lavender, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and I got the most compliments ever. Really? I had confidence too. No, I'm just kidding. I had the most compliments. Yeah. But it was crazy. I was like, oh, I guess lavender maybe I need to incorporate more lavender into my style. Yeah. It's interesting. So I definitely will take you up on that and
I think
find some.
If you are to pick a color like pastel pink or like pastels, I think would be great for you. Yes. Not like the bright bold colors, because if you're just starting to get into color, I would do something more soft. Yeah. And then you can, if you want to add more color, go full into like the bright colors. Yes. But I would start with pastel because it's like a dark, like that hot color with that white, and you like mix the two and you get pastel. So like you can do pastel.
Are you still acting?
No.
Okay.
I actually just left my agency.
Oh really? Okay.
It was a decision I had to make because it's been hard in general. Yeah. But I think, I don't know if you can relate to this, but I'm a multi-passionate person. Mm-hmm. And there's so many things I like that I want to just go full-fledged into. So I'd go into full-fledged for like a good, decent time with one thing. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to be better with social media. So I'll do that full-fledged. But then I'd forget about acting and then modeling and all this stuff. So I just kind of had to cut it off. I'm like, it's just, I can't give it my all. And in that industry, you have to give it your all, even when you get nothing in return. And I couldn't do that. I was like, I can't do that right now. So yeah, I recently left literally a month ago. Wow. I sent my email to my agent basically saying, hey, I'm so sorry. I can't do this, No email back. Just 10 minutes later, kicked me out of the agency. Like all the like websites I was signed up for, it was hardcore. Like,
I feel like that makes it like 1,000 times harder. The fact
it
that
made
they
it
weren't,
worse.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I would have gotten like a, we understand, thanks for being a part. Like even just the most dry email is what I wanted.
Right.
Which is sad, but that's as much as I wanted.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Agencies and like all that stuff suck. Like
yeah.
that's why like everyone's like, go on American Idol, go on X Factor. I'm like, guys, do you not realize you're signed for your life? Like you're signing your life away to
You really are.
these people. Like it's not as cool as it looks from you watching it on your couch at home. It's
there's
not.
so much behind the scenes that you don't see until you're in it.
Right.
And you're like, oh crap, like they take how much of my pay? Like how am I going to get work? Da da da. Like, and there's so many people that look just like me. How am I even going to get seen?
Yeah.
And whenever you, for at least for actors, whenever you film like audition tapes, sometimes they don't even watch it.
That's so
and you pour
insane.
like your heart and soul into it, and sometimes you're on like a 24-hour crunch of like having to memorize X amount of pages.
Oh my gosh.
It's hardcore. So any actors who like are really making it out there, like you see the ones on TV, they've worked really hard for it.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Right.
But like that's just, it's part of it. And I was just like, you know what? I have the stomach for other rejections. I can't do this type of rejection right now.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm proud that you left and you were like, you know what?
Yeah, it's
Enough
hard.
is enough. Yeah.
yeah, it's hard. I feel like too, at least with me, there's film theater, like there's film acting and then there's theater. I'm more of a theater person. And so whenever with Oklahoma, film is more common, surprisingly. I had to make that transition because I wouldn't get paid well.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to film, and I actually hated acting whenever I went to film.
Oh, interesting.
Like I felt like it was more of a performance. But like with theater, it's like everyone goes to the show and chooses to accept the reality. But with like filming and stuff like that, the crew, you could just like feel, I fucking hate my job.
Yeah.
Like this is day 30 and like I've only had 2 days off. Like you could just feel, and I probably shouldn't do that, which is reason why I left, is like I need to work on that aspect before I can go back, because it's not about them, it's about me doing my job right and leaving.
Yeah.
But I would always forget that. Being on camera, I'm like, wow, everyone hates this. I hope I can speed this up for them.
Yeah.
And whatever. So
It's interesting to hear like behind the scenes. I've never
Yeah.
thought of like I've understood that or known what it's like. So it's
weird.
interesting.
It's hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'd only recommend to some people, not everybody.
Yeah, you're like, don't go into acting.
Like, do it, but if you're gonna do it, expect that type of rejection and that type of, I call it a humbling experience.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you're working on your craft and you have to know your worth. If you don't know your worth, I would encourage you to figure that out
Yeah.
as you go on to your acting career.
That's understandable.
That's just me taking a break from acting, though.
Yes,
I don't
yes.
really plan on quitting it, but being so multi-passionate, I needed to starve out certain things so I could fill other things up.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm definitely the same way where I have like multiple interests and things that I, get hyper focused on for like a week, and then the next week it's something else. And that's why I really like, that's what's helped me like stay on a good path is YouTube, just mainly because it holds me accountable.
Yeah.
And like you can film yourself while you are working on, a song. So like it holds you accountable, like to, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but
no,
it
you
holds-
1,000%
Yeah.
make more sense than I think you're aware of.
Okay.
At least for me.
Yeah.
Because it's like capturing, because how you have your channel based is like, this is my life. So it's very just whatever is going on in your life, you can capture that. And if you're hyper focused, I guess one day is like, I'm going to make an EP.
Right.
Or like whatever you want to do, you can use YouTube to like capture that.
Yeah.
And there will be so many singer-songwriters who are like, oh my gosh, I'm going through that very same thing. What's her process like? Oh my gosh, we have such similar processes and da-da-da.
Right.
And
That's why I never understood niches.
I suck at niches.
No.
That's why I'm like, someone tell me what my niche is. I don't know if this is like a 4 thing or what. I don't know. But
That would
like,
make sense.
it's so hard to niche down because there's so many cool things in the world.
Right.
And I see so much potential in some things. Not everything, but like, it would just be cool to know stuff. So I just get hyper focused on things. But
Yeah.
I don't get niches either. I'm trying so hard, but it's very difficult. I feel like I'm in a box and I don't want to be in a box.
Well, what sucked, I feel you on that, because what sucked was my most like popular video that, you know, not popular, but it had the most views was me doing a thrift haul.
I saw that. I
Right?
was like, you guys suck.
I know. I was like,
you kidding me?
shoot, am I gonna have to like make this a thrift haul channel? And so
No.
like I was like, dang it. And then so I'll probably start doing, you know, monthly thrift hauls because I do love thrift hauls, but it's not me. Like it's just things I do for
the
fun.
people,
Right.
Like,
right. And so it's just like, no, not the thrift haul.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at your channel before I came in and like hung out with you, I guess. I don't call this like an interview, like
you
hanging
stalked
out.
me. No, I'm just kidding. I stalked
admired,
you too.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I saw that was your popular video, and I was like, that makes literally no sense.
know.
It makes sense as far as like people who do watch your content. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, like we're around like the same age. Well, I'm older, but around the same age and things like that. But like that type of the people like that will tend to watch thrift hauls.
Right.
Like I love watching thrift hauls, but I'm in fashion.
Right.
And you appreciate it, but that's not your niche.
Yes.
If we're talking about niches.
Yeah.
Yours is lifestyle if
Right.
we're too niche.
See, that's what I select, you know. on
Yeah.
the thing
You're like,
that
yeah,
it-
sure.
Yeah, lifestyle.
Not a how-to, but a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I just found that so weird. I was like, but she has such other videos that I'm like, oh, this is her best one. And then you'll come out with another. I'm like, wait, never mind. I like this one a lot more.
Well, that means a lot.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people message me. They're like, you know, I want to get into YouTube. How do you do it? And it's like, just start. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, like, you just have to start. Like, I go back and I watch like my beginning videos and I'm like, oh God, this is so bad. Like, I honestly like wanted to like delete them just because I like feel this feeling of like, oh my God, I can't believe that's still out there. But I was like, no, I'm gonna leave it. You have to see where you start and you get better over time. And
Yeah.
like, it used to take me like 5 days to edit a video, sometimes longer. And now it only takes me like an evening sometimes to like get everything laid out and like I'll touch it up the next day. But like I've gotten so quick at it, which has been really cool. Is like,
what do you
just
use to
stuff like
edit?
that.
Like out of
I
curiosity.
use Final Cut Pro.
Okay, I need to get that.
It
Because I
is
had Premiere and that
amazing.
made me quit YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
That literally, I hate it.
Don't
so
use
much.
Premiere because I did the same thing. I started out on Premiere.
Oh,
and
no wonder why it took you so long.
Yes,
because
and-
it's for filmmakers, in my
Yes.
opinion. So if you're not a filmmaker, do not do Premiere
Mm-hmm.
because it has so many cool options, but it does not benefit a video like this.
Right. So Final Cut Pro, and it's also like so easy to learn. Like it really is so easy, and it's just easy to maneuver around. It's not as complicated and
Oh my God,
techy,
good.
you know. So yeah. What is your dream job?
I am trying to figure out what my dream job is because I'm focused on, I call it niching down in my head because I do genuinely need to do that for me personally as someone who's multi-passionate. I guess my dream job really is to work for myself.
Oh, 100%.
And,
I
like,
agree.
I feel like that's a lot of people's dream, but I just realize any type of environment I get in, I'm like, this is so dumb. I can do this better.
Yes.
Even though I don't do anything at all. But I feel like I just see like I can actually do this and I will randomly have confidence to do that. So to be self-employed would be not like a dream job, but a dream destination to be able to control and do my own thing. I would like to be full-fledged in like social media and be able to do that, but if not, that's fine. But I'm still kind of figuring that out right
I
now.
get that. It's a lot.
I think so too, especially just as someone who's multi-passionate. You're just like, well, I want to do that now, but my answer might change next week.
Yes.
'Cause
Yes.
I don't know.
Did you go to college?
No.
Okay, I didn't
Is it
either.
obvious?
Well, I didn't know. Some people surprise me, but
No, I have no.
I know I was definitely a dropout as well.
I
Or
yeah,
just
I
dropped out.
kind of had to. I'm glad I did though, because I wouldn't have a major probably.
Right.
Well, I was in theater performance, and then I was like, well, maybe I can just drop out and actually do this. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I just did that instead. Probably wouldn't recommend, but I feel like college is a hard thing to stay in if it's like, I don't know, if you're not like a doctor or something like that. I feel like for me, it was harder to convince myself to stay. I was like, well, you want to be an actor and you're going to this college.
Yes.
So I think taking acting classes would be a better option than going to school.
Right.
Because no matter what, even when you go in the audition room, cool, you got your BFA and you're like a major in theater, but like, what do you actually have to bring? You've read books, cool. But like, can you
Yeah.
actually bring it to the table? But
Oh, for
I only say
sure.
that as a dropout actor. So whatever.
No, but I feel like that's good advice. I think that's very relatable to people, who dropped out or just decided not to go or are in college and are like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
It's good advice. So
Yeah.
I wish I would have taken a year off just to figure out
Yeah.
if I want to go to college or if I don't, because now I'm in debt, which is really cool.
Oh, love that.
But I know it's like, that's
that for you.
great. But, and anyways, it's just one of those things. Like every time I talk to somebody, I'm like, take your time. Don't rush to go to college. Just,
Exactly.
take your time. It's not, and even if your parents are telling you it's necessary, take your time because you're not the ones paying the debt.
Yeah.
You are. Or some, parents are great and pay the debt. But
I was fortunate enough to where my dad, he was paying for it.
So
but
cool,
I did have the conversation before. I was like, I actually don't want to go to school. And he's like, well, you have to go to school.
yeah.
I'm picking your mate. And like, I'm picking the school you're going to and
Wow.
all this stuff. So you have to go. I'm like, well, I literally feel like this is actually going to be a waste of time. I'm just letting you know in advance. And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm not taking that. So whenever I told him, like, I have to drop out because I dropped out for mental health reasons, I was like, I literally can't do this. And he's like, okay, this is on you now. And then just, like, hasn't talked to me much because of me dropping out, which is, I say it's fine now, but it was not fine then. So
What my therapist says is it's not okay. She always, every time I'm like, it's fine. She's like, it's not fine.
It's
I'm like,
actually
okay.
not.
So
You're
no,
wrong.
It's not. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like college is up to the person. I don't like deem it wrong or anything, but it's up to the person. I would have to agree, like, take your time
Yeah.
with
For
it.
sure. You are an advocate for mental health.
Mm-hmm.
What is something that you do in order to, get yourself out of a bad funk and a bad mindset? Like, what keeps you out of, the slumps of depression?
That's a really good question. I've noticed for sure, because I have changed a lot as far as, like, I would easily fall into really depressive habits, even when I was, like, super advocating, like, a year ago. But I kind of just allowed myself just to be, which I kind of mean that by, like, really focusing in more on yourself. Like, for me, I had to log off of all social media and kind of not, like, go into hermit mode, but, like, go to the things that mattered most to me and kind of figure out more of, like, okay, I'm here another day, but why is that? And kind of figuring that out. I do take more time to, like, go outside, to journal, to see people, even if it makes me uncomfortable. I just almost try to make myself feel uncomfortable because I'm a homebody and I love, like, being at home. I love ignoring people. That's weird to say. I love ignoring people. But
So
like I love
relate.
canceled plans. Like
Yes.
oh great.
You're
like
flaky. Whenever somebody falls through, you're like, thank God.
yeah.
I want to drink my coffee and watch TV.
and then
okay.
you wonder why you don't have friends.
Yes.
And you're like, oh wait, it's because I didn't push for that
Yeah.
or whatever happened.
Yeah.
But I try to do the exact opposite of what I'm feeling,
That makes sense.
which is hard
Oh.
because yeah.
yes.
So I try to at least like give into the feeling. Like if I'm feeling sad, acknowledging that, being okay with it, and being like, okay, you can feel this feeling the whole day, but tomorrow I have to make a promise to myself to basically continue. I'm like, okay, but tomorrow you're gonna take a shower, you're gonna do these few things, and you're just gonna give it up. And we're going to go from there. I kind of treat myself like a child whenever I'm really sad.
Yes.
And like as if I'm a sick kid. And then I'll be like, okay, we can do this for a day, but like tomorrow we need to go from there.
Yeah. I totally relate to that.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot because everyone now has depression and anxiety.
True.
And now it's so normalized that it's like, oh, so I don't have to fix anything.
Right.
And it's weird. I don't like that I share that with people. I don't like that other people are sad. Like that's not cool to me.
I know.
But yeah, I would just, I guess more it's like being more compassionate and kind to yourself, even whenever you feel low.
Yeah.
And remembering, I always think of myself as a kid, like remembering that you're still a kid. You're just given grown-up duties.
For sure.
Yeah.
I started this like new thing where if I have a place in my head, like for instance, I was really bad at like staying at jobs whenever I was in high school.
Yeah.
And so like I have very like Roxy's ice cream. Oh my God. If I walk in there, I have like an anxiety attack just because I worked there for a little bit and I just left on a bad note.
Yeah.
And so I have started this
feel that.
thing, right? So I started, or like Swadley's barbecue, I worked there too. And it's like never in my life could have I gone in there. And so I started doing this thing where I'm just going to go. I'm going to create a new experience for myself.
Yeah.
And so I recently started that probably like a few months ago, just because I had so many areas in my life that I would drive by or I would see or I'd just get anxiety thinking about. And it's like, why? I just need to stop feeling this way about these places.
Yeah.
And so I went, you know, to Roxy's Ice Cream with one of my good girlfriends, and we just sat there and just had an ice cream cone. And I just realized this place is different than whenever, like, the way it was whenever I was there. And so it's like, it's different. Okay, cool. Now that experience, that feeling that I feel at Roxy's Ice Cream is gone. Like, I don't feel that anxiety about it anymore. And so it's like so interesting to me that sometimes you just have to really push yourself to do these things that make you uncomfortable, even though it's going to be hard. Yeah. And so, and once you do it, you feel so empowering. You're like, I did that. I overcame it. And so, nevertheless, it's hard. Like, it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy.
No. I feel like the whole thing is hard.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I would also, too, I guess to piggyback off of that, were we just like romanticizing immersive therapy for a second?
Oh my God, were we?
Isn't that?
Yeah.
Not like romanticizing, but like, isn't that kind of what we were talking about?
That is what it is. Yeah.
Well.
Wow. So we're starting a podcast about
immersive therapy.
Immersive therapy.
And challenging, like, but it's not. Anyway, I need to get off of that. I was going to say, too, a thing that actually has helped my depression is a gratitude log.
Oh.
Every day I write 3 things I'm grateful for. Even if it's like the same, a whole week I wrote I was grateful for coffee. Okay, that was always my number
very
one.
Necessity.
So like if you literally every day are like, I'm grateful for this cup of water. I'm grateful for this conversation. I'm grateful that we have an opportunity to really connect.
Yeah.
And like, I'm grateful for AC.
Yeah.
And just really practicing that every day has allowed me to be like, I actually don't have it that bad.
That's cool. I need to get a gratitude journal now.
Or even just a regular one.
Yeah.
And just like 1, 2, 3.
Right. Yeah.
What am I grateful for? Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm starting this.
Yeah. It's really nice. Even like on days where I skip it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot. And I'm like, okay, well, let's challenge your memory. Like, what do you remember from those days? Like, well, I remember this. So it is like keeping a promise to yourself as well, which has helped me build confidence. Because I'm like, oh, I can keep that promise to myself. Yeah. I'm grateful for that. And so.
That's so cute. I love that. That's a good advice. But anyways, so where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube. Yeah. I wouldn't subscribe to me just yet.
No, subscribe. Give her some confidence. Bring her back.
I wouldn't subscribe just yet. But my YouTube channel is Brooke Smoot. And then TikTok is, I think it's just Brooke Smoot, because sometimes they don't allow you to have the periods.
I know, it's true.
It's either Brooke Smoot or Brooke.Smoot, which
I'll put it right here, so
somewhere. And then on Instagram is Brooke.Smoot. I'm most active on TikTok and Instagram.
Yes.
So yeah,
super cool. Yeah, go follow her, go subscribe, go support her,
do all the things.
Well, thank you so much for being on this. It was so fun.
Yes, I'm very happy I got to be a part of this, and thank you for like the amazing conversation and being like just being you. I really appreciate it. Your content, I always get excited on Tuesdays and it like comes up and everything. It's always so encouraging, and it's always such like a feel good. I feel like I'm talking to a friend. Aww. Like a long video chat where I just put myself on mute and you're just talking. It's fun. Your content is so feel good and so authentic.
Awesome.
And
thank you.
I appreciate it a lot.
I feel the same way about you, so I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.